I hope everybody is recovering from a insane triple header of football yesterday. Joel Verlin behind the microphone, getting ready for one more game Monday night. Houston Texans ride on into Steel City, and just going to go ahead and it's a super quick podcast, but just wanting to reflect on the wild card weekend as Saturday got to give it to the Panthers. They actually hung in there with the Rams. Big, big, big time, big credit to former Bucks coach Dave Canales. Are we seeing a change at the top, perchance, in the NFC South with the Panthers all of a sudden going to be dominant? Or is this just sort of a quick one-off, and the Bucks are going to resume their dominance next year? Somehow, I doubt it. Very much so. I just then, of course, oh boy, the Packers and that second half collapse as the Bears absolutely mauled the bleep out of them, and all of a sudden it went from the Bears have no chance in bleep. Yeah, because at one point it's like a 9% win probability chance for the Bears, and then the Packers had an epic Falcons like collapse. They just, yeah, Packers gone. They're out of there. And for everybody who wanted Matt LaFleur gone, apparently looks like he ain't going anywhere this year. And maybe if anything happens, you have a certain defensive coordinator gets canned and sort of a shot across the bow as far as the Green Bay Packers execs to LaFleur, kind of as a warning. But then Sunday, oh, Sunday. Of course, starting off with, I really thought the Jags had it in them, but Josh Allen, doesn't matter how beaten up he is, how battered he is, doesn't matter how many yards James Cook has or doesn't have, they just get the flippin' job done. And that window, that metaphorical window, is still open for Josh Allen. Ho, ho, ho. And just every rung gets tougher. So, yeah, Bills definitely, that's a big, big surprise. And you have to love the reporter who was basically just praising William Cohen for like a solid minute in the press conference. And then you have other reporters getting on her for that. I'm like, they just argue about everything and anything, don't they? Then, of course, the Boo Birds came out in Philadelphia as the injury ridden hospital ward San Francisco 49ers absolutely beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, the number one clip from that game easily is going to be the A.J. Brown argument with Coach Nick Sirianni. That's probably already been played at least 500,000 bajillion times. Oh boy, as I saw there's a post that apparently he just hugged a couple of teammates, and he bounced and didn't talk to any reporters. That's about in character for AJ Brown, as you can already imagine. The AJ Brown landing spots for next season talk already ramping up. Oh boy, so Eagles gone, and that means we're going to have a brand new Super Bowl champion this year. Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs. Eagles gone in the first round, and yeah, that Sunday night game was something. If you like defensive football, well, yeah, the Patriots ended up winning The Chargers offense. Well, if you had Lad McConkey in fantasy, it's something that you're probably used to seeing. You're just like, oh, the Chargers offense is quiet. There's a flippin' shock. Of course, they maybe had a more healthy O line. Justin Herbert didn't get knocked flat on his ass quite as many times. Maybe they could do some more, but yeah, just that's the question. That's the question with the Chargers. How many more seasons of Justin Herbert do they have left? Time is fleeting. Time is fleeting, and the Patriots move on, and that brings us to tonight. One more last gasp for Wild Card Weekend. So what are my picks? Yeah, one of my picks, and even though you've got all the talk. What's the talk? The talk is the Steelers' record on Monday night with Mike Tomlin. That's what everybody talks about. But yeah, I know. I know it's a Steel City. I know you got the home crowd. But why I'm picking the Texans is because of their defense that we've seen all freaking year long. I know it's in the Steel City. But what the Pittsburgh Steelers usually, they get the playoffs and they are one and they are El Gano. And I think that continues. Largely over and under, I know everybody's thinking under. Everything's under. You got the weather, you got the injuries. It's a defensive minded game. I don't know what a defensive mining game would be, but defensive minded game. But any time you tend to think one way, well, it's got to be under, it goes over. So I'm using that logic, and for that reason alone, I'm picking over. And I think it's going to be a tighter game than everybody thinks. So I got to pick Pittsburgh Steelers +3. So we'll see how wrong we are, right? I'm going into tonight just with straight up picks for picking who's going to win. Oh boy, 3-2. Oh boy, but yeah, Texans over 38 and Pittsburgh Steelers +3, and my one trail all hashtag all crazy prop pick has to be DK Metcalf, 54.5 yards over. And you're saying why? Because this is going to be his one and only chance that he has had in about 3 weeks, because he was a knucklehead, to showcase his talents, to try to maybe get some incentives. He wants to make up for all that time off he's missed. Why am I picking the Texans? I'm picking the Texans because Nico Collins is rested, not rusted. Why am I picking DK Metcalf? Because he's trying to get off the rust. And that's why he is going to be the main focus of one Aaron Rodgers tonight. So like I said, just a super quick one, but one incredible wild card weekend. That was fun, other than last night's game. I mean, unless you love defensive football, you like that. That's your gig. That's your thing. Then you like last night's game. But ugh, I have a feeling tonight's going to be a little bit similar to last night's game. Might not exactly be the way that the NFL would want it to end, but hey. So those are my picks. Hope you enjoyed the weekend of football. As all of a sudden, you're going from wild card weekend to divisional round football, and tomorrow, after this game is all said and done, it will be time to make. Oh man, it's getting less and less. It's going from a whole bunch to not as much. And it will be time for divisional round picks. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. New champ, new time, new fun, and best story for my final thought has to be with the whole unfortunate George Kittle injury tearing his Achilles right in the middle of the game. Carted off. Has to be the story that he ended up getting from one of the owners a bottle of, how shall we call it, medicinal tequila. And you figure, if it's coming from an owner, it's got to be the good stuff. So, but that helped to numb the pain. But that was a little bit of a hangover next day. But I have a feeling if George Kittle's asking for tequila and it's something he's used to, he knows what the next day and the next morning will bring. But I found that that anecdote definitely amusing. So yeah, he's not going to be able to play for the rest of the postseason, however long it is or it isn't. But at least he ended up getting a nice, high quality bottle of tequila from an owner. That at least has to make up for the crappiness and the absolute crappiness, another word I wanted to say, but I won't, of how his campaign in the postseason ended up ending. And that's my final thought. And I am Joel Verlin. And enjoy the football. Hold on to it. It's not going to be here for too much longer. Hold on to it. Enjoy it. All of a sudden, it will be hockey and basketball, and people will be counting down to the Masters, March Madness, and baseball. And where, oh, where has my football gone? Oh, where can it be? And I'll talk at you another time.